podcasting's choice. From coast to coast, continent to continent, right here 24/7.
PNR.
This podcast is a proud member of the Lamb Podcasting Network. Find the network at largeassmovieblogs.com.
Spanning the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe, this is Subject Cinema's Avengers Endgame MCU Countdown.
I am Groot. 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 I am Groot.
Could you translate that, please?
No.
Oh.
Actually, I can. We're back for another show, counting up the Marvel movies until Endgame.
Welcome to Subject Cinema's Avengers Endgame MCU Countdown. I'm TC Kirkham.
I'm Kim Brown.
We are up to...
I bet you didn't know I spoke Groot. Haha.
Well, I kind of figured it since you've been doing it around here since the movie came out. We are. It's April 14th, 2019. We are up to the 10th movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Woohoo.
And, oh, God. I'm sorry. This one is one that we are definitely badly split on.
Yes, I'm sorry you're wrong.
I'm not wrong. Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, well, tell us a little bit about it.
Guardians of the Galaxy is the story of a ragtag group of plucky adventurers
and a really annoying leader.
Okay, here's unbiased. Here's the open window. Whee! Anyway.
I never claimed to be unbiased. I said right up front.
Well, good for you, because you're not. The story of Peter Quill and the other members of the Guardians of the Galaxy who come together and aren't exactly buddies at first, but wind up by the end of the movie. I don't think it's unfair to say that by the end of the film, they're their own little family. You know, they need each other. They care about each other. You're a jerk. You are an unmitigated jerk.
With Chris Pratt as Peter Quill, a.k.a. Star-Lord.
What's wrong with that? I think that's
what I just said it the way he says it. Star-Lord.
He's Star-Lord, man.
Yeah. Only not quite that. It's more like it's Star-Lord, man. Dave Bautista as Drax.
Yes.
Zoe Saldana as Gamora.
The one reason I would think you like this movie.
And the voices of Bradley Cooper as Rocket Raccoon and Vin Diesel as Groot.
Yes.
Plus Michael Rooker and...
Michael Rooker, Lee Pace.
Lee Pace, that's right.
Josh Brolin.
And a cameo. And as the Thanos stuff really starts to kick into high gear. Yeah, I have some strong opinions about this movie, and we will talk about them when we're done. You'll hear them coming up next as we flash back to August 3rd, 2014, and Subject Cinema number 449. Let's hit space with Guardians of the Galaxy.
I come from Earth, a planet of outlaws. My name is Peter Quill. There's one other name you might know me by. Star-Lord. Who? Well, Star-Lord, man. Legendary outlaw. Guys, forget it. So here we are. A thief, two thugs, and assassin.
Well, you know, this is just one of those films that I was just kind of like, yeah. Oh, ever since I saw the first trailer, and Kim was like, can't wait. So we went on opening night, and it was an interesting evening. Give us the rundown on Guardians of the Galaxy.
This was Kim through most of this movie. Bouncy, 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 squee! Anyway, the year is 1988, and Peter Quill is a young boy dealing with one of the most devastating things that anyone would have to deal with, the death of a parent. His mother is dying, I would say probably from cancer, and he doesn't get a chance to hold her hand one last time before she passes on.
That's not true. That is not true from the beginning. He refuses to hold her hand.
He refuses to hold her hand because you can tell he's taking the attitude, if I hold her hand, she's going to die. You know, if I hold her hand, it's going to signify that she's going to let go, and I can't deal with her. I can't let her let go.
So she lets go.
And she winds up letting go. And Peter runs out of the hospital in tears, clutching his mother's last birthday present to him, and also his Walkman that he has, which is full of her favorite music. And he runs right into a UFO, which promptly kidnaps him. We flash forward to 26 years later. Peter Quill, now an adult, is a thief living among the stars. We find out he was kidnapped. During the movie, we find out he was kidnapped by a band of intergalactic pirates known as the Ravagers. And he is on the planet Morag searching for an orb which does something. He's not sure what, but he knows that somebody wants it bad enough to pay a lot of money for it. And thus kicks off an incredibly crazy set of circumstances where Peter winds up on the run, in jail, being chased after, and winds up with a group of intergalactic misfits, including an assassin, 2 thugs, and one of whom is a talking tree. The other one is a genetically modified raccoon. Talking raccoon, thank you very much. And a muscle-bound gentleman that doesn't know how to take things figuratively. And all of these people have to come together, put aside their differences, and not kill each other, and try and find a way to stop Ronan the Accuser, a religious fanatic of the planet Kree, from destroying another planet, their longtime enemies that they have, of Xandar, the Xandarians, who have signed a peace treaty with the Kree that Ronan thinks is complete crap, and he wants to just eradicate the Xandarians once and for all.
Uh-huh.
And is good going to triumph over evil? Are the Guardians of the Galaxy going to manage to come together and work out their differences and not kill each other first before Ronan kills all of them? You're going to have to go see the movie to find out.
With Chris Pratt as Peter Quill, alias Star-Lord.
Alias only to him.
Zoe Saldana as Gamora. Dave Bautista from the WWE as Drax the Destroyer. Vin Diesel as the voice of Groot and the CGI tree. And Bradley Cooper as the voice of Rocket Raccoon, which is a CGI raccoon. Plus, Lee Pace as Ronan the Accuser. Michael Rooker as the leader of the Ravagers, Yondu. Karen Gillan as Nebula, the other daughter of Thanos, which Gamora is also an adopted daughter of Thanos. Digimon Hanasu as Korath. John C. Reilly as Roman Day. Benicio del Toro as the Collector, Tanlir Tivan. And Glenn Close in what amounts more or less as a cameo as Nova Prime Irani Rael. That is their, I would guess, president of this planet or whatever. Plus Josh Brolin as the voice of Thanos. And a few other people you probably know from other roles. So what's your opinion? As if I didn't know.
Once again, Marvel comes through. I thought this movie was so much fun. It was funny. It was exciting. It had a really tight, well-knit story. And I also found it very touching in some places, especially at the end. There is a scene at the end that if you don't well up, or if you don't flat out cry, or at least well up at one particular scene, I don't want to know you, because you don't have a heart. I
I enjoyed the heck out of this. The cast is seamless. Everybody did a fantastic job. I really have to say a standout job, especially to Dave Bautista. His take on Drax the Destroyer was, I didn't know what to expect, but I was like, damn, he did a really good job. I loved it. I loved everything about this film. I thought it was so much fun. Is it perfect? No, but it definitely has more upticks than downticks, in my opinion. And the end is the end is really funny. The end is hysterical. The post credits is one of those waha moments. It's just really great. I thought it was a lot of fun. And once again, make mine Marvel. What about you?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Number one, it's about 45 minutes too long. There's no reason for it to be this long. They drag out so many different sequences in this film that it's just ridiculous. I mean, they could have done half the scenes they did in the 10 minutes it took them to do. They could have done in 4 with just as much precision and made it a movie that was closer to 90 minutes than a little over 2 hours than it is. Number two, I love the chemistry of the characters. Once they get things rolling, they're really good. I have never seen Bradley Cooper better, mainly because I don't have to look at him. Same thing with Vin Diesel. Both of these guys, voicing Rocket Raccoon and Groot, are brilliantly funny and ruthless and charming and everything rolled into one. I love Cooper's portrayal, particularly. Zoe Saldana, okay, she's now had a monster hit as a blue person, Na'vi in Avatar. Now she's green here.
And she's still hot.
The only place where she gets to be herself, it seems like, is in the Star Trek films. She's always covered with tons of makeup. And she's hot there, too. What can I say about Chris Pratt? Well, at least he didn't have a double-decker couch with him. Anyway, this character has been compared the movie has been compared to Star Wars. The movie itself has been called Marvel's best movie ever. But I don't hate it, and I would very much like it. I like it enough that I would love to watch it on DVD over and over again, but I would never spend the money to see it in the theater again. It's just too damn long. I love the score by Tyler Bates. The direction from director James Gunn is really good. The thing that bugs me more than anything, there were little things about the movie that irritated me, and once again, I didn't get the penultimate scene that I wanted at the end of the film. I had that problem with 3 Transformers movies in a row now. And now it happened here. There's a bit of dialogue at the end of the film between Peter Quill, which is Chris Pratt's character, and the cop played by John C. Reilly.
Roman Day.
There's a little bit of dialogue. It's a snappy bit of dialogue. But I didn't get the one line I wanted from them, and that irritated me. I love the mid-credits sequence is hysterical. We were sitting there laughing. I can't tell you what it is because it'll give away part of the end of the film. But it's really funny. And as for the tail end thing, I knew what it was going into it because I had heard about it and I wanted to find out what it was so I could watch her reaction. Her reaction was priceless. And, it was definitely good. I think overall, if you want to call it a superhero film, you can call it a superhero film. If you want to call it a science fiction film, you can call it a science fiction film. Is it good like the Avengers? No. Is it good like Star Wars? No. I guess in the long run, if you want to call it a duck, it's a duck. What's your score?
I give it an A-.
I give it a B-. It's too long, and I like the score, but other than that, I'll go see the sequels. The sequels will be fun because they have great chemistry together. But the movie itself, it's a little too long for me. Guardians of the Galaxy, #1 at the box office and playing everywhere. Okay, ask me.
I don't think you can hit space. I think space is more of a concept.
Okay, fine. Ask me.
Ask you what?
What do you think?
What do you think of this movie, dear?
I have a problem with this movie on so many levels.
No.
At this point, this was the best reviewed movie by professional critics of the Marvel Universe. It got even better reviews than Winter Soldier. Really? This movie is severely injured by the performance of Chris Pratt. I'm sorry. I don't dislike Chris Pratt. I liked him fine in Jurassic World. I didn't have a problem with him there at all. But this character, Peter Quill, aka Star-Lord, drives me up the friggin' wall. I can't stand him. He makes me crazy. And he was the worst part about this film. He's the worst part about the sequel, and he was the worst part about Infinity War. I can't stand this character. And I don't know why he rubs me so badly the wrong way when he likes such cool music, but he does.
Don't mince words, Bones. How do you really feel?
What do you really think? We gotta get it right. We're always misquoting that.
Yeah.
It's the character, not Chris Pratt. I gotta be honest. I like Chris Pratt. Like I said, he was fine in Jurassic World, and I've seen him in other things I like him in. But for some reason, I have a viscerally negative reaction to this character. Mm-hmm. And I think they would all be better off if they just booted Star-Lord out of an airlock and put Rocket in charge.
He's not Wesley Crusher, so...
No, he's about 50 million times worse.
Oh, come on!
I'm sorry. He is. I can't stand Star-Lord at all. Now, there are bright spots here and there in that character, and most of them have to do with Gamora making him learn to not be so arrogant and cocky, which doesn't work very well. But I could watch Zoe Saldana in anything. She carries different colors very well.
Yes.
Her own African American complexion is on screen in a number of other movies. She's also done blue and green.
Yeah.
So
she's beautiful as her own natural skin color. She's beautiful when she's blue. She's beautiful when she's green.
And I didn't think Bradley Cooper could look that good as a raccoon. Oh yeah, it's CGI, isn't it? Oh, just that's fine. I am Groot.
I love Groot. I'm sorry.
No,
I do.
Really? I would have guessed that.
I want to give Groot the biggest, squishiest hug ever. I'm sorry. I know the next thing that I'm going to say, you are going to probably throw something at my head. I don't care. I'm going to say it.
I don't have something.
You are usually a very empathic person.
Yeah.
You're very... All the guys out there are now going to laugh at me. You're very in touch with your feelings. And you're very kind, and you have
I wish you could see my face right now.
You have a really good heart about people. You're the type of person that's always give somebody a second chance, give them the benefit of the doubt. You're especially like that when I'm I want their head on a pike. And you're back up, slow down, that kind of stuff. Right. Which is probably the reason that I'm not,
But even I have my weaknesses.
But my point is that I don't understand why you don't, not that I've ever done anything to get incarcerated for, but the point is I don't understand why you don't see beyond what Peter puts on the surface.
Because he hasn't given me a reason to see. We wouldn't see that for 2 more years. And that's what started to crack it a little bit. Because you notice I actually liked the second one a little bit better.
You did. See, that's my point. All of his bravado and his swagger and all that stuff like that, would you please just...
Bravado and swagger? We're not talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger here. We're talking about
Han Solo, but that's all right.
Oh, you're going to compare Star-Lord to Han Solo?
No, he's trying to compare himself to Han Solo. My point is, this is he's a grown man, but the problem is, this is someone who was kidnapped when they were a child and raised on a spaceship full of frickin' space pirates. Do you think anybody's gonna come out of that well-adjusted? Really?
Did we let some cats in here that are breaking the equipment?
I realize I'm going all, Oprah right now, but...
No, you're going Dr. Phil, which is really scaring me. You've been watching too many Dr. Phils.
Excuse me for being compassionate to another human being that you can definitely tell is deeply damaged and hurting.
Oh, well, maybe that's actually Oprah, because Dr. Phil has no feelings for anybody. Anyway.
Oh, my frog. Could we not, please? I don't think you're fair to that character. I'm not saying that if I wasn't in a room with him, I'd be like, he needs to leave or I'm going to hit him with a chair. I'm just saying that there's a lot more to Peter than I think you're willing to acknowledge, and I don't think
it's not on display anywhere in this movie, so it's hard for me to acknowledge it. It's really not. It doesn't come on display until the second movie, and even then, it's just a little tiny glimmer, and then it disappears completely in Infinity War. So it's like, okay, I'm like, okay, we're gonna have a problem now as we get toward the not completely right at the end, but you got to admit, selfish, stupid is what caused the problem with Thanos in the first place, and it was Star-Lord's fault. So we're gonna go right.
Oh, we're gonna do that.
Excuse me. Who attacked him when they almost had the Infinity Gauntlet off his hand?
Because he found out that Thanos had... Oh, we really shouldn't be doing this. I'm going, oh, wait, pull that back.
Spoiler!
Yeah.
Anyway...
we gotta bring up a few other people. I'm sorry, real quick.
Okay.
Dave Bautista is freaking hilarious as Drax. And
this is really scary because he's not freaking hilarious as himself when he's in the WWE, which is as Vince would put it,
won't be.
It's not really. They're actors. They're not really the personas they're in the ring as. And I'm like, yeah.
Well, that's Wait a minute. You're trying to tell me the Undertaker's not an undead wrestling zombie? I'm crushed.
Well, no, he's a biker in disguise.
Anyway,
yeah.
But my thing is, I think Dave's hilarious.
He is.
I mean, he's never really had a chance to be funny. In any of the other movies I've seen him in, he's always been like the real tough guy or the muscle or whatever.
Although he's okay here, he gets better in the second film when they team him up with Mantis.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're hilarious.
And they're crazy, stupid, cute together. It's so stupid how cute they are together. The thing about him that's so funny though is the fact that he's not funny like, hey, let me tell you a funny joke or let me do something wacky or something like that. He's funny because his people have no concept of
his people have no filter.
It's not only that they don't have any. Well, I don't have any filter, and I'm not that funny all the time.
Well, no, but he doesn't mean to be funny. He's just being open.
They don't
have any concept of...
His people don't have any concept of metaphors or similes or, taking a turn of phrase and saying something like, I'm dead tired. He would be like, you don't look dead.
Yeah.
Or something like that,
right.
And that's funny.
Or you cannot be dead and tired.
Yeah. Something like that. And it's funny. I mean, the one thing about this film that I really liked, and I think you have to give me this, is
I don't have to give you anything, but I'll try. Is
the chemistry between the cast. The
chemistry between the cast is great, except Chris Pratt.
Oh.
And two of the cast aren't really there. So... They're just like little tennis balls floating around when they're shooting.
I know. And Vin Diesel does a great job as Groot.
Although that's not fair because they did have motion capture people in suits there for that. But
yeah.
Bradley Cooper seals the movie out from under everybody. He is so funny as Rocket. He does the voice perfectly. The mannerisms, which he did the motion capture work also for part of it.
Okay.
I think he did the face work, the facial expressions and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he did the body part. I just love the rapport between him and Groot, number one. But the fact that Rocket has no respect for Peter Quill, and I could worship you forever.
Considering what Rocket has been through,
yeah, which we really haven't gotten into in the movies.
No, we haven't in the movies.
We probably might in Endgame.
Considering the things that Rocket has endured. I'm not surprised that he doesn't have any respect for humans. I wouldn't have any. I don't have much respect for humans anyway.
Just as an aside, there is a hilarious series of videos on YouTube from It's Just Some Random Guy with Rocket and Shazam that are a riot.
Rocket and Groot getting kicked out of a movie theater and them discussing things with Billy Batson
and Shazam, yeah,
and it's hilarious.
It's hilarious. You should check it out.
So funny.
Look up. It's just some random guy on YouTube.
Yes.
Okay, tomorrow we get into the second big team up, and tomorrow is a little different. We did not review this film as far as I can find. I thought we had, but I went through all of our episodes and could not find a review for it. So you're going to get a brand new full review of Avengers: Age of Ultron, starring the Avengers cast additions: Elizabeth Olsen, Aaron Taylor Johnson,
and James Spader.
James Spader as Ultron, who is just awesome, and Paul Bettany in a larger role than just Jarvis. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely going to be something, and we'll have an all-new review for you on tomorrow's show. Until that point, we hope you're telling your friends about this, Facebooking it, tweeting it, and letting everyone know that I think we're the only site doing this kind of countdown, and I hope you are enjoying it. Please let us know. Drop us a line at subjectcinema@PNRNetworks.com. We'd love to hear from you.
Yep.
By the way, a quick aside in case you haven't heard, and I'll mention it on Front Row this week. The Front Row at PNRNetworks.com mailbox does not appear to be working. I got 2 spam notices this week. So if you want to write to Front Row at any time, write to the Subject Cinema address. Mm-hmm. I'll figure out what's going on. Anyway, until tomorrow and Avengers: Age of Ultron, I got no strings to hold me down. I'm TC Kirkham.
I'm Kim Brown.
For the Subject Cinema Avengers Endgame MCU countdown. Until tomorrow, ta-ta.
Bye.
This podcast is a proud member of the Lamb Podcasting Network. Find the network at largeassmovieblogs.com.
Podcasting's choice. From coast to coast, continent to continent, right here 24/7.